The second one, I dated him because I craved him. Have you ever just craved something and you just wanted to go and get it? So I craved. I had to sit myself down and tell myself, this is what I need. This is what I need out of life. I had to sit myself and look around me and even imagine that. Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, my YouTube video. My name is Enihlongwane, as you all know me, and I know it's been a while. I know it's been a minute. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and if you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe, okay? Please subscribe and turn on your notification button so that you can get my notification videos every time I post a video. So yeah, I mean, I since I took this time, or Wajwala, I'm like, this is really getting to annoy. It's annoying me, and I need to start putting it out there and allowing people to ask me questions and seeing the side of me, okay? Seeing the side of me. Okay, let me adjust my camera a bit because I feel like y'all can see me clearly. Great. So let me answer the questions, right? The first question is, have you ever shot your shot? If yes, how? Woo! Child, I have shot my shot. I did once shoot my shot, whatever that. I once did that, and honestly speaking, the bullet was just hitting the walls. The bullet didn't go straight to the heart. The bullet didn't score. You just hit a TV, guys. You just hit a TV, all because of that. So what happened was that I like this guy really much, and I believed if I work hard towards what I want, if I really work hard towards this thing that I really want, I'm gonna get it, whether it be for me or not for me. Because back then I didn't understand the concept of God's timing, the way God works in your life, like what He expects. What if this thing is not for you? It might come and stay for a certain time, but you will grow out of it, away from it. Or secondly, you might find what this thing is actually like, you won't even get it. It will just break your heart. You won't even get it to begin with. So that's how I felt. I felt like I didn't even get a chance to get this thing. I shot my shot and brother didn't take it, and it was just all awkward. And I said, I'm never doing this again. Because the whole school, most people in the school ended up knowing about this thing, and it was just, I was not just cut up for that. So the question is that, the second question, how do you get over a crush? Well, after that, for me, I began to just knock into reality. When you have a crush and everything they do, you fantasize about it. Everything they do, you just melt. Everything they do is just wholesome, and it's, oh my gosh, they're just this semi-angel. Everything they do is just my man, if I can just get a piece of that. So I knocked into this reality zone that I'm never gonna get this person. I also started to see, like, I started to be my real self. You can be your real self. I have already shown him that I really like him, and now the only thing that I can offer is just to be myself and just to rely on me and just be me, because I can no longer pretend. So this guy knows my intentions. He knows that I like him, and the only thing that I have to do is just be myself. It allowed him to also act, to know, like, when you know that someone likes you, you would act according to how you feel. Honestly speaking, you would. If you don't like this person, it will show. If you like this person, it will show. If you're confused with this person, it will show. You get what I'm saying? So I started seeing the real him that I actually decide that, when you find out that someone doesn't actually feel the same way about you, like, oh, what do you think is wrong with me? I think you're perfect. What do you think is wrong with me? And then it starts to be that thing, you're already, okay, fine, we're never gonna work. You get what I'm saying? I started also seeing the type of girls that he hangs around with, my yellow bow, like, who's this a team again? I don't wanna lie, like, okay, so I started seeing that, and I was like, okay, plus we are in high school. As a guy, you don't really know what you want at that time. Most guys don't do. And even me, I don't know what I wanted, but I just liked him and I just went with the flow. So I started seeing the real him, started not expecting him anymore to do anything, to come to me and tell me that he feels the same way. I started just drifting away, and then one day went by, I didn't think about him. I was like, ooh, an hour went by, a day went by, 2 days went by, a week went by. I was starting to be like, oh my gosh, realizing that I'm slowly but surely moving away from this person. I found God reducing the chances of me coming across this person in the campus and everything. Yeah. So now the third question is, how was in high school? I'm not gonna state names. I had only 3 crushes in high school. I feel like 3 is a lucky number for me. 3 is a lucky number, honestly speaking. Because, yeah, I had three crushes in high school. And they just, how I replaced the first one, I was in grade 8 and I had a crush on this guy, but he didn't know, nobody knew. It was my own fantasy thing. I replaced him because of another crush. I was like, oh, this guy really is not into me, never gonna work, my feelings are not the same anymore. Let me find another crush to crush on. Found that crush, and then yeah. And then the last crush, that's the crush that crushed me. Never let your crush you. People, whether you're a guy or you're a girl, never let your crush you. Okay, so here's another question. Are you dating currently? Are you currently dating? I've been mentioning this. How are you not catching it, people? I am single. And okay. At first I was like, I am single and happy, but now I'm like, I am single and coping. We're coping this side. We're coping, okay? We're coping. I'm single and coping, and I'm not gonna scratch that. I am really coping. It is not easy being single. It's a roller coaster of emotion, a roller coaster of trusting in God, having faith in God. Sometimes you run away from God. Now, another question is, what led you to a point that you even ask God if this is your season of singleness, and how did you get the confirmation? I was going through, so this was when I was coming out of a relationship. Obviously, when you come out of a relationship that broke or breaks you, you don't have eyes for anyone. This relationship, I mean, I don't know why they call it a heartbreak. It can either break you or build you. Because for me, it built me. It broke me to build me. I always say God broke me to build me. He knew what would break me, and he knew that if he brings this person into my life, this is the amount of pain that can break me and also build me, break me to build me. So it wasn't really, like, honestly speaking, when we think about heartbreaks, we think about the other person being very terrible. The other person was not terrible. We were just confused. He was confused, I was confused, and we were just, it was nothing else. You're asking God, what is happening? What's for me? My feelings are changing. Things are not working out. We're not communicating the same. We're drifting away. Things are like that, you get? But you become grateful for meeting that person, grateful for ever knowing that person, grateful for ever being with that person, because, it made you to question yourself, your truest self, who you are and who you are meant to be. So yeah, I started asking God if I am living in a terrible state. Remember that this relationship broke me because I was on gap year, right? I was on gap year and I was so depressed. I was in this depression mode. Everybody's life were rolling but mine. And then I felt like God closed all the doors in my life, and then boom, as all the doors were shutting, one was opening, and then I was like, oh boy, child, come here, come to mama. You get what I'm saying? So it was like that thing already. Who am I? When God sends, who am I to refuse? Honestly speaking, I was like not expecting that one. Yeah, so I was like, this person came in the darkest times of my life. They were able to accept me as I am. There was some point that this person saw who I am more than I even knew of myself. And you want to be around that person. You want to be around a person who sees more of you and less of who you think you are. You get what I'm saying? Who sees the real you and less of what the reality is. So for me, it was like, man, this is just God sent. God sent entirely. As girls, when we are very visual, and that is our plays to the roles of being our disadvantage and our advantages. So that was one of the things that came, like, I would be like, I started imagining Pleasure playing her songs at our wedding, those things as little papa girls. Yes, there's this thing that says, get married before pleasure atufala, because now we want her songs at your wedding. You get what I'm saying? So for me, it was that thing. I imagined pleasure, man, doing the things, the kids running around, a happy family type of thing. It wasn't what God was planning for my life. And when your will doesn't meet God's will, man, that is painful. God's will is most of the times painful. You get what I'm saying? But it is beneficial in the long run, because you never know what he's. Okay, so now that you're saying that you are in the season of being single, are you expecting to get out of this season? And when you get out of the season, are you expecting to find the one? Child, I am not. It's not that thing I'm entering into the season so that at June, July, I'm out of it. At June, December, I'm out of it. No, I never know. I was into this season, and I was recently in another season right now, while I'm in the season of being impatient with God. If God is sending me signals, like, is this person the one for me? Is this person not the one for me? Faith is lost, it's gained, trust is lost. The battle of me and Jesus. You get what I'm saying? So I started realizing that I am taking time off my time of being single, like me experiencing me, like me having fun and really enjoying this moment for myself, really giving myself credit. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like when the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen. Okay, I'm sorry, but then when I'm not expecting, right now I'm in a state whereby I'm like, I want to stand by my own. If this is what God really wants for me, I'm gonna stand by my own if this is what God has intended for my life. But you get what I'm saying? So I am willing to wait. And I don't know when I'll be waiting, or how long I'll be waiting. But this is just that time where I'm just into the season whereby I want to be learning about myself more, about God. I'm so curious of what God has in store for me, because when I've been single for a very long time. I've been single for like 1 year and 3 months. Coping. So yes, I am expecting to find the one. The next person that I am going to be dating basically has to be the one that I feel like I have a future with this person. This person's goals are aligning with my goals, intentions are aligning with my intention. A man that knows what he wants and can go and get it. A man that looks at something and be like, that's mine, and I'm gonna get it. No matter what, no matter how hard, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna pull out all my best weapons, and I'm gonna get that. That babe. That's my man. That's my man. Man with a plan. You get what I'm saying? We're looking for a man with a plan. So for me, I am expecting somebody who is just driven by God. Someone who's on fire for God. Right now, I'm not seeing that. I'm not really seeing that. I'm not seeing anyone who's in fire for God. Someone who I can build with. Someone who I can support. They can support me right back. Someone who's a partner and not a team with. I don't want to be a team with someone whereby we find that we are doing things because other couples are doing it, or we are praying because other couples are so holy and are powerful. I want to be with someone who is like, we're doing it our way. Our way is how we are doing it. The way that God wants it to be done, the way that we feel that this is how God wants us to make this, to finish this mission. That's how we should be striving to finish it. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, that's the type of man that I'm looking for. Now, how many people have you dated in the past? Have you ever been in a situationship? Or a friends with benefit type of thing? I've only dated 3 people in the past. Like I said, 3 is my lucky number. So, the first one, we dated for like 3 weeks on and off. He was a really jerk. But he was a jerk, honestly speaking. I don't want to justify. I know I'm a good girl. I justify for people, but this one, no, this one, no. This guy only called me when I was home, because I was in boarding school. He only called me when I was home and when he was home. Like, what do you call that? The second one, I dated him because I craved him. Have you ever just craved something and you just wanted to go and get it? So I craved him for a very long time. You know, when you were a kid, you just fantasize about that one guy. But then you grow up and you're like, He's still fine. Get him fine, nah. Okay. And then I craved, man. I just craved him. And we just dated for 1 week. For 1 week. That's when we dated. We dated for 1 week and I was like, I am moody. You know, guys who are moody are such a turn off for me. Like, I mean, I get it. You should be like, I should pamper you sometimes. But like, when you are like seriously moody to a point whereby you are just moody, moody is your spirit. No, it's just too much. It feeds away from my spirit. You have to nag this guy to call you. You have to nag this guy to whatever. You just have to nag this guy for everything when I'm nag. And then he's acting like when you are nagging. But that's what he's doing. He's allowing you to nag. You know, you fight for his attention. No, I don't do that. I really don't want to stress. I want to be in a relationship that is able to be like most of the times peaceful. You get what I'm saying? Like, this guy not ever, man. Not ever. Like, not ever. Like, where is the masculinity in that? Because I really need a man. A real one. Indot. I am sorry today. I'm just on spices. Yeah, so I have never been in a situationship. Maybe I have been in a situationship, but I haven't really recognized what this is a situationship. What is a situationship? How long does it last for? But for me, probably, yeah, maybe I have been in a situationship, but I made sure I don't want any confusion. That's why we don't want a guy that's here to confuse me. I want a guy and a man that knows what he wants and goes to get it and becomes clear and straight up about it. A man with a plan. Okay, so never had fed friends with benefits. I don't do that. My friends, the guys that are my friends, are real and genuine. Number 5, what is the dumbest thing you've ever done because you liked a guy or you were in love with a man? Decreasing my values and standards because I wanted to fit their profile. So there was this other point whereby the longest relationship, which is the 3rd relationship that I was in, I had to decrease my values. I believe that this person wanted me to be very holy, very spiritual, very God-knowing. So every time I spoke to him, I would be like, I wanted to show him that I can. I wanted to show him that I know, I'm wise as well. So that actually took away from me. It took away the real me. It really ate from me. It made me to feel like I was worthless. It decreased my value. I would say that this person really doesn't really value me anymore. This person looks at me and sees somebody who's just desperate. You get what I'm saying? So I'm never doing that again. And also, telling someone that I like him like that, I'm never gonna do that again. Shoot my shot like that. I also once saw this thing on TikTok and it says, congratulations to the person who I've told that I like. Because yeah, never hearing that ish again. So, the last one is, how do you leave someone you love because you no longer see a future with them? Wow. That was one of the things that I was facing. I had to go. I mean, remember me and this person that I was in a long relationship with for like 1 year? Because I believe that this was the longest. The 3rd one was the longest relationship. Like I said, 3 is the lucky number. And this person, I could see that this person just gave me that 1 year. Honestly speaking, he wanted to dump me before that. And I could feel it. You know when you feel something and then like, I trust him anyways. He's just like this sometimes. That guy gave me 1 year. In purpose. He gave it to me just to be like, okay, she deserves it. I'll give him that. And then I feel like he saw me so happy to celebrate our anniversary. I mean, fear a guy that is like, I don't celebrate birthdays, I don't take Valentine's seriously, I don't take anniversaries seriously, I don't take any type of celebration seriously. What do you take seriously, my brother? It only means that this person doesn't take this thing seriously with you, my sister. This person doesn't see a future with you. And I come to realize that, like, there are things that guys celebrate with the person that they really feel like this is the one for them. And when someone constantly says, I don't take birthdays too seriously, they forget your birthday because the excuse is that they don't take it seriously. They just don't care. They really just don't care. So I feel like this guy just gave me that because he was like, I don't celebrate anniversaries. Like, okay. After that, he broke up with me the next year. Brother was like, I don't want you anymore. I was like, oh, okay, cool. I'm not that, I really know my place sometimes. You know, I know I get too much and I force myself into people. But sometimes when you make it clear that you really don't want me, I go. I really do. I leave for your peace. And it might be eating me up somewhere else, but I go. So I believe in setting a person free. I believe in not standing in someone's life, the door of someone's life, constantly showing myself, appearing and disappearing. Because that it's you blocking the blessing that God has for that person, for your selfishness. I had to think about it and I was like, if this person really believes that I'm not the best that they deserve, then there is the best that they deserve. God knows it. God knows that there's the best that they deserve. So I'ma strive to be out of their life so that I can let the blessing, that the someone that God has chosen to bless them with, to come. So it is as difficult as it is. So many people say we're not living in America. Oh, this is not the movies. But I believe in setting a person free so that they can really discover what they want, what they love. And I would really appreciate it if somebody does the same for me. And also it just shows what I really do like you. But if this is what you really want, then yeah, you get. So that's how I did it, man. So these are the questions that I wanted to answer and put out there. And what are my closing words? Okay, let's talk about that. I would like to say, if you want to take this journey, partake in this journey of singleness, number one, you have to know why you want to do it. The reasoning is very important, because reasoning will convince you, your mind, because our minds can be our worst nightmare or our biggest enemy or our biggest devil, whatever they call it. But when you come up with a good reason of why you want something or why you are partaking in something, that thing will help you to also reason with your mind and come up with a clear, leaving no room for confusion for yourself. Also, you have to be willing to do it for God. No matter how hard that decision is, do it for God, not for the man that is for you. I mean, that could be a good bonus. Like, I'm keeping myself for the man that's for me, that God has for me. It's a bonus, but let it not be the main reason, because you're gonna constantly be waiting for this guy. But keep it for the guy, but do it for God. I mean, do it for God. For God. And give this time for God. Seek confirmation from God. You will know it in your heart that this comes from God. And never let any person around you rush you off of your decision in life, rush you off of being in a relationship. Because often we look at people around us and we are like, oh my gosh, since this person, everyone around me is in a relationship. When everybody's singing that song. Even you haven't sang it to anybody, and it's rushing you of your time with God because you feel like, I want to sing this song to somebody. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Wait for your time. Remember that people might be in a relationship for a very long time. Look at that relationship and be like, do you want to date that guy? Do you want to take the guy that your friend is dating and date and wish that you are dating this guy for yourself? Do you want to be in the stage that they are? Because remember, if you are not dating, if you believe I have something bigger than anything in the world, it means that your relationship is going to be in another level of another person's relationship. You are going to be the proof of that people can do this in relationship. You are going to be building a kingdom relationship, a kingdom marriage, something that's going to be thriving to God. Because some people are just in a relationship for like how many years? 4 years. Nothing is moving. And then you find somebody meeting someone for like 2 months and getting engaged, marrying, because they have it in their heart. God is leading them. God is really leading them, and they are following the Spirit of God. People, this is just what I wanted to say. So follow your heart, follow your instinct, and always put yourself first. Always put yourself first, and always leave room for disappointment. So thank you for tuning in with me. Thank you for being my supporter. If you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe, support my channel so that it can grow. And I love you, fam. Keep safe, keep well during this COVID-19 situation. I mean, we will see it through. We will see it through.